On that note, mate, we're live and
Sound
direct. Not even
oh,
just live. We are direct. Well,
straight into the ear rolls.
yeah. Well, via a very shoddy third-party sort of client radio system, not the Threshold app. I mean, radio.co. We're beaming into people's ears. Happy New Year.
Yeah, on to you. We'll
Yeah.
leave Happy Easter for a few months away.
Uh, we might not reach Easter.
No,
The
it
way
doesn't
the way
look it,
things
does it?
it's looking fantastic. For those that tuned into, I've got to sort of clarify something from the top. To those who tuned into the New Year's Eve one, well done, because much like the people that heard Parallax's 15 minutes of like amazing art, can we say, that won him the Wilson Award. Yeah, that was a one-off. That's never going out. Not even just for the shit I said. It was more the fact I was pissed. I was really pissed. I do have the file.
Oh,
Snippets
so
may
it's there to dangle over us.
snippets may appear at points in future things, but that fucking episode's not going out. So this is a more, I'm going to say, well constructed. We still haven't planned anything, but
No.
this is my first beer of the day.
Oh, that's all right. It's just turned 7.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not the third or fourth double strength ale that I'd been drinking on New Year's Eve, but yeah, mate, the last 24, 48 hours have been kind of good, kind of buzzing. What do you expect for 2021?
Well, it seems like it's going to go downhill pretty quick, doesn't it, to be fair? I mean, one thing about this, though, like having massive news stories usually throughout, like, for the past 20 years or so, let's say, that's normally like a good time where they do let weird little bits out in it. So around large news stories, they tend to have, I can't remember, there is a word for it. You'll probably know this in it, being a journalist and that, but there was a term for it
Don't
where
be
they
so
throw it
sure.
out, like for example, like a disclosure. If they were going to do a
Right.
disclosure of aliens, it'd be the most obvious, but they'll throw out an important news story behind a massive news story.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah. So this will be a good time for that. It'll be interesting to see what's gonna come out but not be promoted, kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, we've actually been kidnapping lions for the past like 30 years and trying to shag them in caves, but they're not into it, so we've started trying to bomb those areas to get rid of the lion human hybrids. And then people will be like, have you heard about these lions? People are like, what are you on about,
You know
lions?
about
That guy, that dentist that shot a lion the other year. Nah, mate, nah, that was years ago. I mean them people that have been shagging them in caves. You'd be like, what? Nah, haven't you heard about America? People are like, well, yeah, obviously, but what about the lions, man? People are always fighting. No one's ever fucked a lion, have you?
um, yeah, that's usually the thing. But I think at the moment that this isn't a small news story. This is a pretty big news story as it is. Um, so yeah, there's shit going on. The laws that we're currently, well, police chiefs in London are currently looking at the whole. You know how up until now you've not had to wear a mask if you've got certain issues when you go in places,
Yeah.
but no one's been checking up on it. So basically, people have been able to come and go from shops as they please. Police chiefs are now. Oh, there's a copper. I'm not going to say he's a police chief. That'd be far too bold of a claim. And I only read this like 6 or 7 hours ago, and I've been stoned since.
I thought he was going to say 6 or 7 minutes ago, and I didn't quite finish the article, but
Nah, I told you I've come more prepared this time.
I've not. We'll see where it goes.
But they're discussing having some sort of either paperwork, so it's got to be signed off by a doctor, so they have to show that paperwork to prove basically that they're exempt from wearing a mask. And that could, another way to distinguish it more easily would be a badge. No, I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
You
you
know,
remember
and
the
there's
last.
loads of Etsy shops and that sell badges now and stuff. So
And,
loads of people could jump on this.
and the
They
thing
could,
is,
and they've just had Christmas ones, so the Star ones will be going cheap, eh?
yeah, they'll be going very
Fuck
cheap.
me.
Yeah, essentially that's what we pushed it. But what that means is for people, even if it's a certificate or a letter or whatever, people are going to have to basically explain why. So that doesn't just be like, oh, people with asthma. Could be people with like PTSD and shit like that who have been attacked, who have been raped, who have been mugged, etc. And they're like, well, why can't you wear that on your face? Oh, well, I've got this real fear of being smothered or strangulation because I was attacked once. Oh, right. Well, now we've just completely triggered you when you were just trying to get on the bus home. So have a nice day.
Sorry about the twitching, love, and I
Yeah,
hope the hallucinations settle back down for you. But
at least
hey,
you don't get
come on,
£100
jump on the
fine.
bus. And what we'll do is we'll pay half the bus fare for you. We won't pay for the return
No,
because you shouldn't be coming back out, but we'll pay for you on the way there.
Yeah, it's the problem with this is though that a lot of this has come about without wanting to try and sound like I'm siding with an authoritarian state, but this is coming about because people haven't taken things seriously the first time. It's like resisting just feeds the hammer that eventually comes down on you. It just makes it comes down with a bigger bang. It doesn't stop it. Like,
But that goes for most things though, don't it, to do with the law and stuff. Like if you get caught by police doing something and it's very obvious you've been doing something, you should probably just, as long as it's not something like mental, just to sort of quickly kind of go, yeah, I don't want to waste anyone's time. Yeah. And they'll be like, oh, okay, all right, we might be a bit more lenient on you. Whereas when the whole country does that though, where the whole country's going, no, officer, I'm not waiting to pick up, mate. I'm just waiting for me mate with these other 59.99 billion people. We're just all waiting for a mate, lad.
yeah, it's it doesn't bode well for us either. But I wonder if anyone's taken right now. I wonder how many people are taking a look right now at what's going on in America and going, oh, what's Downing Street's only got? It's just got a gate. There's not even like layers. I know the coppers pretty much fucking open the floodgates to the lighthouse. What it seems like is the police pretty much open the floodgates to the lighthouse for them. To the lighthouse, they were
shone the way to them.
It wasn't a lighthouse. It is quite light.
There's loads of boating people just piling in with the yachts and the fishermen boats, tugboats, ferries.
They just turned up at the wrong place. Like when
one guy with a plate from the Titanic going, "This is all I could bring."
One bloke's just got a copy of it on DVD.
Pirated as well.
Yeah.
I've had to record over the first 15 minutes though, because there was an episode of Jeopardy on where my uncle was in it.
Yeah, it's fucked. But like I was saying, I wonder how many people are looking at like how easy a load of mouth breathers in America got through their security, and looking at that cobbled terraced street of Downing Street, going, it's not that hard, is it? It's really not that hard at all.
I don't know though. Does the White House have a door handle on the outside of its door? Because if they don't, we're already a step ahead of them on that.
I'll go admit,
I mean, that stops intruders in a way.
It is it's the most British form of like, because
you must knock
like...
to enter, unless they're all vampires, man, and that's why they have that, because a vampire has to be invited in.
That's true. But it's so like sarcastically, well, not sarcastically, but like jokingly British to be like, haha, we don't need lasers. We don't need layers and layers of footmen. We'll just take the door handle off the outside. What the fuck are you gonna do then?
Secret knock. But though, what if they've got more defences though than what we're letting on here? Like, one of the things that we have a lot of in the UK is like they try and tell us we don't have a lot of oil, but we do. Not like oil that you can power a car with, not many cars, but like chip pan grease. There's fucking loads of that. The chippies everywhere, mate. Now,
yes.
If you was to get a few vats of that, maybe only 3 or 4, and you slather them fucking cobbles outside that house, No one's getting in me. Not with their ankles intact.
It's also, I mean, it's another very, it's a very British. This also it feeds back to New Year's Eve when we were talking about the assault course and obstacle course game shows that we should have for politicians in order to be part of Parliament. This is again something that no one will ever hear about again. But
It's a weird thing to reference.
Exactly.
It's like telling someone, "No, do you remember that dream I had the other night?"
Yeah, it was like everyone was on this.
You were there.
Yeah, like politicians were getting gunged. They were having those gladiator style fights on podiums where you hit each other with like the big sticks that have got like cushions on the end. They're not cushions, you know what I mean? They're doing them. But yeah, that would be a very quintessentially British form of defence. Chip pan grease on the cobbles. You could use chip pan grease as an accelerant for a fire. Surely, like that's going to go up.
Yeah, I mean,
So you heat
burn
that,
the cobbles outside.
well, no, you just heat that up and pour it off the roof.
Oh, like a fucking castle.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a castle
yeah.
used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could do.
We're still doing old school chip pan grease moat.
Oh, mate, do you reckon that's why they fucking killed all those turkeys and chickens a couple months ago then? So they can fucking oil and feather anyone that tries to break into any political buildings in the UK?
Yes, what we're doing now. Well, this is exactly what you've missed, mate. So while the White House was getting raided yesterday, what was actually pushed through? It wasn't even by the Tory government. This was a royal order from the Queen. She pushed through. We're bringing back medieval forms of torture and execution. Tarring and feathering. It's back. If you look in your local marketplace now, you'll see stocks. This is why everyone's off the streets. So coronavirus, we're all in tier 5. So all town centres, like market town centres, even your cities, are going to be retrofitted with all the old medieval torture and death devices that we used to know and love. Yeah, gallows. There'll be like the hanging thing. You know, the hanging thing. The hanging
cage
thing.
that they put around women's heads who used to gossip, where it had spikes on it for to rip the tongues and the cheeks apart if they spoke.
Yeah, what was the one where they used to put people in a cage and then heat the cage? That was called something. That was called a thing.
Budgie smuggling.
No, that's a very different thing, but equally as dangerous. Right.
In a town centre, it is.
Cage torture. This is fine. This is absolutely fine to search for. Iron Maiden.
Fire bars.
Iron Maiden.
Possibly. We both went a musical route there, Iron Maiden, and I was trying to get something about fire bars, you know, fucking. I don't know. I tried. I made the effort in it, guys. Fuck me. I've burnt my head out today, bro. I've burnt my head out. I've been fucking writing all day. Fucking writing nonsense.
What's going on in the world of Jack?
I fucking started a new book. I thought it'd be fun to just write a book of lies, and it's actually really fucking hard to just come up with fake science.
It's really difficult to come up with stuff because if you want to be convincing, it's got to be as good as real science.
Yeah. So it's got to be ambiguous but detailed in the weirdest places.
Yes. So you've got to do a shitload of research to make up something, which sounds
basically.
So fucking it sounds nonsense.
That's where my day's been.
Yeah.
So it's not the day to do it, really. I'll be honest with you, bro. I was sat with my missus before and I said, I feel like I've been running for miles or something, or I've been playing football for hours or something, or riding a bike, because I can hear what sounds like a washing machine in the distance. There isn't a washing machine on. So I still don't know what that noise is. I think I'm going to have a good sleep though tonight.
Well, what sort of subjects have you been looking into, mate?
Oh, like stuff to do with like animals, science, inventions, humans, just different usual broad topics in it. Yeah, you can fucking, if you want to fucking, I'll give you a quick example of one. A parrot's ability to mimic sounds stems from an evolutionary step taken away from passerine. Though passerine species can emulate sounds, they can never show each other aggression. Parrots, on the other hand, are notorious for arguing amongst themselves, and the ability to repeat their vocal opponent was a surefire way to end a heated, dangerous argument. Through selective breeding, the sarcastic tone has been removed from most domesticated parrots.
Most.
Yeah, most.
Not
Well, that's what I
all.
mean. Science, innit? If you say all, it's hard to believe, but
Yeah, that's true. You're gonna be like 90%. You got
yeah.
if you throw a stat in, then they're eating out your palm of your hand.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you can put
Yeah.
it on a meme, I mean,
Exactly, mate.
you can literally get hundreds of thousands of people to storm the White House if you can do it enough times, on starting on 4chan and then spreading it to Reddit, and then spreading it to even Facebook, and then forming through memes some sort of like weird cult based conspiracy
Code and language
following.
in it as well.
I don't know. You could call it you non. I don't know, something like you none. Definitely not QAnon.
No.
And
Don't
you
want to
can
step on anyone's toes. They seem like an angry bunch.
yeah, and you can side with like the police, and you can basically
Just be the good guy. Just be like everyone should be. Everyone should try and be sound with each other because I've got a book coming out soon. So just if everyone could be sound and then just know about that, that'd be great. You know, just call it. You could still call it QAnon, but instead of just having the letter Q, you could have QEWE.
Yeah. I mean,
That
again, mate, that's so British. Why have we not already got that as our? Why is that not our sort of like right wing conspiracy theory underground title for? Why that? To be honest, Britain was slacking.
Well, we could use it and spread theories about like the lambing industry and that. And just be like, oh, there's a Farmer Giles has been caught crossbreeding sheep, and DEFRA don't like it when you crossbreed certain sheep. We can't include the Welsh sheep and the Scottish sheep because if we do that, they'll come over here, they'll steal our British sheep. You know, and just fucking proper like fucking rants like that fucking what is that fucking beef and dairy podcast, but just about lambs and that.
Mate, I've never tuned in. Bob tells us
mate,
to watch it all the time.
Fucking funny, mate.
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
That's where Sheep Shaggers comes from, apparently.
What, from that?
No, not from that directly, but it comes from, I believe, from Welshmen coming over to steal sheep.
Mm.
It was either Welsh, yeah, I think it was Welsh, coming over to steal sheep. And the penalty for getting caught stealing sheep was like hanging, death. But the penalty for fiddling with a sheep wasn't as much. It was a slap on the wrist in comparison.
Did you just say, no, I wasn't stealing
Yeah,
it. I was just going to rape it in the woods.
I wasn't stealing it. I was booking it. That was, I was riding by just innocently. And that thing just raised its rear at me like no fucking heavenly being I've ever seen before in my life. And I thought, you know what?
Well, I thought, I'll have a bit of that.
I got my Velcro gloves out, my big wellies.
There's no getting away now.
Honestly, I'm fucking ready to go. The Land Rover Defender with the trailer on the back? No, that coincidentally.
That Ivor Williams, yours, yeah. The one with the red lights and the disco ball in, sir. Yes. Yeah. Is this gimp gear or overalls?
Yeah, gimp gear.
Can it be both?
It's 100% gimp gear. Yeah, but that was so the Sheep Shaggers crack was them sheep rustlers, but just claiming. And obviously there'd be times when you'd say no, Mr. Officer, I was merely molesting this sheep, and then the copper would be like, well, prove it then.
I've got this camera.
Good. They wouldn't
When you get me boys over, we love this. There's just a weird pervy police group, like a little group of friends, like 3 policemen, the weird fireman that the other fireman won't have anything to do with, and a couple of the more jaded paramedics. They just meet up every couple of weeks and force farmers to fuck sheep.
Why would all of the emergency services work together?
But because who else are they going to talk to at like gatherings and parties and that? Like the police officers that the other police officers don't like. I
Surely the
imagine
judges.
firemen are pretty
Surely you'd
close knit.
keep it within the law, and you'd get lawyers and judges and people like that. I don't think they'd share. I don't think they'd share with the other
No, because
services.
I've always seen like paramedics, firemen, and police. They're more like your normal people, innit? Whereas like solicitors, lawyers, judges, they're like a higher class of person them than like most coppers, paramedics, and firemen. You know, like they feel like I feel like I could have a conversation. I'd be nervous, but I feel like I could have a conversation with a police officer. I feel like I could probably be bored to death in a party by a paramedic, and I feel like I could probably feel belittled by a fireman and emasculated.
Yeah,
But I would
completely.
come away from it thinking, yeah, they're all kind of sound, but I probably won't have out to do with them again. Whereas if I was to speak to a lawyer or a judge or a solicitor, every other word's going to have "sir" either before or after it. You know,
That's
just to
fair.
keep it polite,
Just
just in
honestly, mate,
case.
no comment a lot. Just no comment a lot is the safest option.
They're just trying it on with you in a bar. It's like, do you come here often? Looking up and down, like, no comment. What?
Did you see a slight change of plan? I've got to bring it up. We haven't brought it up yet, and I don't know if you have seen it. Did you see the Iranian death condor video?
No, but it sounds. I mean, going off just off the day, it's probably something fucking horrendous, but
It's
it
amazing.
sounds cool. Like a
We
death condor, is it? Because a
no,
condor is
they
like a massive bird, isn't it?
yeah they didn't
Can I
name
guess?
it
Can I
that.
guess? Let me try and guess what it is before you tell me, because I think I know. I think I know. Did he get like a? Is it like when they used to use horses to draw people or to quarter them and pull them apart? So they get a couple of condors and then fucking like throw they get two people standing back to back and then each of them throw like a small trout as far as they can. Like they get the people that have won them competitions chucking logs in Scotland to go over there and chuck trout as far as they can for these condors, and they fly whilst tethered to a person who's been possibly sentenced to death or who possibly deserves to die, so that it fucking splits the body in two. Am I close?
Uh, spot on,
Oh,
spot on,
fucking getting good at this.
absolutely spot on. I mean, there's almost no point in me even quoting the article I was about to, because you've got it dead on. But no. In all honesty, I need to I need to try and find this for you. Iran attack America. Basically, it's been a year or so since the Americans drone striked the Qasem Soleimani, who was commander of the Iranian army. Oh, he was a general. He was a general. Iranian, yeah, in Baghdad. Drone striked him, blew him up. Iranians not too happy about it. Which I mean, they shouldn't be. Americans waited, so didn't want to attack him in Iran. Attacking him in Iraq, that's cush. We've done it loads. We've got a pass round here. So they waited for him to land in Iraq, and blew him away on what they would consider safe soil. Iranians not, to put it bluntly, to surmise, not too pleased. You could probably call them. You could probably say most Iranians were quite cross, like miffed. Miffed would probably be
Peeved.
appropriate. Yeah, peeved is quite strong, but yeah, probably. What
In a
an
huff? Could he have been in a huff?
yeah. Like yes, definitely. Like walk away from you, leave you in the middle of the town centre, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Then you've all got to do that whole public display. You're like, no,
Oh, you're
man,
paying for
you
the
always
America's
fucking
paying
do
for its
this.
own taxi home, then, eh?
Yeah. America's paying for its own taxi home, and then
Not
sleeping on
sharing
the
its
couch.
chips.
Sleeping on the couch. But anyway, it's been a year since then. And Iran did a couple of things. One of the things they did was there's like a memorial they've built. So you don't have to write jokes. At the moment, the world is like, it's funnier just to recite what's happening than make any jokes about it. Iranian, wherever this is, they've built a memorial or like a celebration. I don't know if it's permanent. I hope it's a permanent fixture. And it's Qasem Soleiman or Soleimani, I can't quite remember, in a car driving with an American drone missile coming in towards it. like just about to
Fucking
hit the
hell.
roof, and it's celebrate. That's a commemoration of the
Yeah, we
death
need
of Qasem
that. That
Soleimani.
sounds like a really good way to either keep everyone angry or secretly they didn't like the guy.
No, they
And they're like, let's
definitely.
celebrate. We need to celebrate his best moment. And they're like, there's a little committee just sitting around going, well, what did he get you
What
for
car
your
was he
birthday?
driving?
Oh, he just got me a box of chocolates. Yeah, same. Was it the ones that was on offer at the co-op? Yeah. Oh, you fucking.
Is it
What did he get you?
roses?
He got me a multi-bag of Brannigans. Oh, that's all right. They're worth a couple of quid now. Yeah, I ate them all. Oh, fucking
Oh,
hell.
hey,
What
hey, hey,
what did he
hey,
say? A little callback, bro. Fucking professional, mate.
Yeah, that's that. It was definitely. I believe it was definitely the former. It was definitely let's keep them angry, because what they also released, which is fucking amazing. I can't. It's been in the Discord. I don't know why. I don't know how you haven't seen it, but you will be seeing it. They released like a Hollywood style trailer of Iran attacking America, with what I can only describe as Iranian death condors. Absolutely fucking huge birds, swooping down, and I think in most of it they're attacking an aircraft carrier that's got lots of troops on it, and they're firing their anti-aircraft guns back at these condors, and the Iranian death condors they're really going for it. I mean, they're the sort of birds, if they'd have got, you know, the hobbits, you know, the griffins in the Hobbit.
The Griffins
The
in the
Griffins
Hobbit.
in Lord of the Rings, not the Hobbit. The guy is the
I'm
God of
not
the
really
Rings.
like a big Lord of the Rings guy. I know what a Griffin is though, so.
Yeah. Well, they'd fuck those up in a
Oh,
heartbeat. Well, I mean, could you see your average mythological or lore-based cryptid griffin taking on several anti-aircraft guns and the U.S. military? Because these Iranian death condors are fucking beasts. They're taking shots. And they're just eating fruit.
are they real though? Is this why like are they real condors?
I don't know if it.
Could it could it be like like in Men in Black where they open up that guy and he's just a little robot, a little man inside this little
Yes.
machine, like, almost like a Dalek kind of thing. What if it's just like a Starling or something just inside this condor? Like they couldn't work out how to program a condor's mind, but like we can just about manage a budgie
We've
or
not.
a finch. They just got zebra finches, mate. That's where all the zebra finches have gone from pet shops. Like that's why no one sells them anymore.
Is this a fucking a notable issue that's happened in pet shops? Is it?
Yeah, I've noticed the lack of finches in pet shops in the UK, mate. Yeah. There's a garden centre down here in Devon that does still sell the odd finch, and I noticed that, and I mentioned it to my missus. That's a novelty. That is, you need to appreciate that. They won't be here in a couple of months. They'll be gone. They'll be snapped up. Them.
It could be like it might not. Yeah, maybe Iran. Maybe this could be the step. Maybe Iran have taken to it a complete new wave of terrorism that we've never thought about, and they've cracked
Pissing off the wildlife.
interspecies indoctrination. So what they've done is they've been playing like anti-Western, anti-American like propaganda to birds, basically blaming birds for like all the shit things, blaming them for cats, blaming them for
What if they're just fucking showing them Angry Birds and being like, an American came up with this, look at what they're doing to
just
your
slinging
species.
birds.
Look at the propaganda here. They're flinging you into buildings.
Yeah.
You need to do this before they do it to you. All the condors are there with the big fucking wings, all their elbows touching each other, just like quickly making notes on these little desks. Stinking out a cig on the desk in front of themselves when it gets to a serious point.
In clay animation, like Chicken Run.
I was thinking like real condors, but yeah, that's a lot better.
It's not condors. We've established this.
I thought it was condors. You keep saying it's condors.
Hang on. You were on about inside. I mean, it could well be condors. It could be inside, right? We've gone on two forks. There could well be some condors in the class. However, it could be what they've done is taken a load of flightless birds. Your chicken, your turkeys, your things like that. Taken them and gone, the West did that to you. Showing them videos of all these other birds and go, you know how other birds can fly? That's because the West haven't indoctrinated those. They haven't put those birds down. The reason you can't fly is the West's fault. So what we're gonna do is not only are we gonna let you help us fight the good fight and take down America, we're going to give you these shells, a bit like Metal Gear Solid. We're going to give you these sort of mechanical suits that can make you become flighted like the mighty Condor, because we are Iran. And whereas American clipshaw wings, we, much like Red Bull, will give you wings, and you can fly. And all we ask in return is you attack US aircraft carriers with really good CGI and a wicked soundtrack. Honestly, it's the best thing. It's better than the White House.
I haven't seen this,
mate. This is
totally new to me.
It's so much better than the White House raid. The White House siege is fantastic, and the memes over the past 24 hours have been succulent, tasty little JPEG nuggets of edge deliciousness. But the Iranian Death Condors video, honestly, mate, if it's a trailer, I hope they release a full film. If they release a full film,
the audacity though to have to make a trailer for a film that doesn't exist, that implies your country's gonna fuck up another country. You want
to hope,
isn't it, really?
Yeah, because it's not even a trailer for a movie. It's a trailer for we're going to attack America.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a feature-length film. But I want to see more. If 2021 is the year of the Iranian Death Condor, let it be. That's what I say. Don't stand in its way. I won't be. They deflect anti-aircraft guns, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't do that.
But you wouldn't do that if someone shot an anti-aircraft round at you. You wouldn't deflect.
I wouldn't deflect it.
No, would it? Would you bollocks? You'd be fucked.
No, my bollocks definitely wouldn't deflect it. To be honest, out of everything, that would probably...
They'd probably be alright. You know, they're pretty dense. When you chop up a bollock, it's pretty hard and dense, man. They'd probably just fling off somewhere into the distance. Your scrotum's gone. Scrotum's melted away, burnt with the pubes, but your balls could be somewhere.
I imagine getting hit with an anti-aircraft round.
In the eye of a condor. That's what brings it down.
In the eye, no, because it's not its real eye. All that is a webcam that feeds to the live feed for the chicken inside to be able to pilot.
But why would they put two webcams there, though? They'd only really put the one and then put a fake eye, wouldn't they, like to save on costs?
No, because that's how birds' visions work, don't it? They go each side. They don't go straight forward.
Not if it's like a fucking one of them 360-degree GoPros, mate, and one of the eyes, and the other eye's just like one of them fake security cameras that they have on a school bus or on a bus.
You're still not going to be able to see both sides of the fucking bird.
Yeah, their eyes are on the sides of their head, aren't they?
There's a reason birds have two eyes, and for that reason, the bird flight plane device would also have to have two eyes.
Yeah.
Imagine a plane that only had half a windscreen.
I can't imagine that'd be much of a problem.
I can imagine you probably need to see the left side of the sky.
I reckon you could probably fly a plane through just a fucking, maybe not like a letterbox, but maybe like a shoebox-sized hole. Do you know what I mean? Like a shoebox lid, just a window that big. Like, what do you really need to see? Don't a computer and the guy in the big tower do most of it? Don't we only have the pilots to make people feel more comfortable?
No,
there's a person here in charge of this, but we don't have to really worry about him doing it because, like, didn't they all used to be pissed all the time, and that sort of what's give it away?
Well, they're also tragically underpaid. They get like entry-level pilots at like 30 grand a year, which is not what I want.
That's a lot of money, man. I wouldn't mind that. 30 grand a year, and you're in charge of hundreds of people's lives every day. Like, God, mate. I can't even imagine being paid 30 grand and being in charge of a stranger's life. Yeah, it's normally one or the other, isn't it?
I'd want to have the pressure and to make me perform at my best. I'd be wanting more cash than that. Because you want that security. You want to know that the person flying that plane isn't getting the same.
To survive, to get to spend the money. They're not just thinking, fucking hell, after tax, I've got fuck
I've
all
got
here.
nothing here.
I might as well have just gone and worked in co-op or Spar or something, mate, fucking
I don't give a
part-time for
fuck about this job. Like,
this.
just slacking on pre-flight checks and shit. Being like, aye, it's got 2 wheels. Oh, well, let's go.
Yeah, that'll be fine. That.
I'd be set. What's that drip? We'll see it when we get back.
Normally the smoke comes out of them when we're in the sky.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's a common thing with these ones, you know. It's when the mileage goes up, you know. Can you clock a plane like you can clock a car?
I assume so. How
Yeah.
often do you hear of people buying a new plane?
Yeah.
Everyone buys them second hand, don't they?
To be honest, mate, I don't know many people have bought fucking planes.
I don't. Oh, but though, I remember this, just a little quick fucking. When we was in the butchers, there used to be an old customer, and I got told about him. I met him and that, but he was the other guys used to always quote what he said one day. He was this old man. He must have been about 83 or so, and he just looked at the guy dead in the eye behind the counter and went, because someone had asked, "Oh, is this your missus or something? Is that your car?" And he's like, "No, no. If it flies, floats, or fucks, I rent it." So maybe no one does buy cars, because he was fucking minted him. Like, he was insanely rich. I remember there was another fella as well who bought one of the engines from Concorde just to own it.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
he
there's some mad
just
shit.
collected that, and it was like, rah. Like, and still though, that still proves my point. That's not a new engine.
It's not.
That's a second-hand engine from a plane that had sat dormant for years and then got reused and then sat dormant again.
Well, we probably
can't be in good nick.
could still be in service. I can't even remember why it got pulled. It got pulled. It wasn't even for being too expensive. But like, yeah, that there's people are willing to own some fucking weird shit when you've got the money. Like, it sort of stops being a necessity or like a like. It's like, I want the thing that no one else has got.
Do you reckon anyone's ever been so stupid and so rich that they've hired you know them websites where you can hire a dwarf for a stag do? Do you reckon
Yes.
anyone's ever been so rich and stupid and possibly drunk or high that they've thought that these dwarfs have the same sort of rules as like the genie in Aladdin? And they've thought, well, I'm going to make enough money one day so that I can hire him for the rest of his life and let him be free.
To live out is like him take him from the end of that rainbow off his pot of gold. I'm sure he'll give us his pot of gold in exchange.
I've freed him.
And I'll just let him wander the
I'll
lands.
use my first 2 wishes to have him for my stag do and my best mate's stag do, and then he's free.
He's off. He can live his life. He can make a living either as part of a MTV stunt / assault based program, jackass, or he can become
He gets to meet Les Dennis every year.
Yeah, that's an option. And there's also it could be Warwick Davis, but let's not. I'd rather not go down that path. Less said the better.
Fair
That
enough.
man's lack of neck astounds me. It is literally just a head glued to some shoulders.
Is that Hootie Base the one off in South Park then?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Semi.
Yeah, it does look
Now that
like
you've
it.
said that, now you've mentioned the note. I've never noticed that he doesn't have a neck, but
Warwick
as soon as you said
Davis,
that, I could, yeah.
take a look
I
at
don't
that
pay
man's-
attention to things like that, man. Like, if someone said to me now, describe what someone's looked like, I'd be fucking struggling. But it don't register for whatever reason.
I mean, have you ever been checked for autism?
Fuck off, bro. I used to. I'll be dead honest, mate. I might as well be honest. I used to get regularly. What did I say? Regularly. It was every 47 days. They used to send me for these weird tests at college, but I'd never. I'm joking about the 47 days, isn't it? But they did used to send me. They did used to send me for these weird tests, where they'd tell me to go into this room that was next to the library, and I had to go and see such and such because I'd either be what they would say acting up in class, or giving weird answers, or doing weird things like trying to sell chickens and ducks to the people in the class, and then getting agitated with them when people were saying I was a weirdo for trying to sell them chickens. But I didn't understand why that was a problem, because like there was people in the college that sold drugs. I just wanted to sell chickens, and I did sell chickens. I was quite good at it, but anyway, that's besides the point. These tests, I'd go there and there was a camera on the door, and I was like, I don't want to know whatever it is these guys are going to tell me, because I don't think it's going to help me, and I think it's just going to make people be weirder towards me. So I just used to like go to knock on the door like fucking like a normal knock, but then just pull it as soon as you're about to touch the wood, so it still looks like you've knocked on the wood. Stand there, wait, shrug my shoulders, look around, look at the camera, knock again like that, wait there, and then walk away. So that if they was to look at the camera to see if I'd appeared there at that time, it would look like I had been there.
Yeah. You just cover for yourself. You create a cover story and then go.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I had to. I mean, I got sent to like the. It was weird, man. We had a little behaviour centre in our secondary school, and it was
Oh,
mainly for the kids that couldn't do the normal classes. But I got sent there like as things went on in school when it got through to like not year 7 or 8 because it just wasn't really it's prevalent then, but like year 9 and
showing itself.
well, it was taken as me just being like a very like active
Oh,
but sort of like a distracted kid. But then I got sent to the behaviour centre increasingly like through the last 3 years of school, and I always felt like I was an absolute like fucking for one I felt like a fucking retard being there. But it was just because
it's like a
it was
punishment, innit?
ADHD that I
It's
hadn't
weird.
known about. Well,
Oh,
yeah, but they were trying to sort us out in a way, but it didn't feel like that. And I thrived in the classroom. Like I wanted to be in the classroom. I wanted to be the piss taker in the classroom. That was my
yeah,
crack at
it's a
school.
captive audience, isn't it?
Yeah, it was the best.
I was the same to in certain classes anyway, to a degree.
100%. Every school report from like primary school till I left secondary school is like James is fucking very bright, but just doesn't want to. He's not interested in fucking lessons. He's interested in being the class clown. But it wasn't to be a cunt to the teacher. It was just that was an audience that I wanted to make people laugh, and
Yeah.
it became. I mean, it turned out like in a way it was an issue. Because that I
It's not the
couldn't.
place for it.
I genuinely,
is
I
it?
genuinely couldn't focus either though. Like, like that was the thing.
You're
like,
just there halfway through a joke and you just mix up the punchlines. You're just like, why does the chicken cross the road? And you're just staring at the whiteboard for 5 minutes. Everyone else has carried on, thinking that was fucking weird. And then you just perk up out of nowhere to see his flatmate.
end of the class when everyone's leaving,
Yeah.
just belt it out. Nah, but like, yeah, I had the same sort of shit all the way through the back half of secondary school. And it wasn't until like one teacher started paying attention just a bit more and had a little bit of time. She was an ex-copper, funnily enough. Took some time aside, and she was my English teacher, wicked. And basically was like, if you get in shit, you come and see me first. And she developed a little role for herself as like head of behaviour. She's like, you come and see me first because you just need someone to listen to you and someone who knows. Because every time I went to someone new, I just got me back up because the same things were asked again and again and again. And that got us really angry because I hate it when people repeat things when I've answered questions before. And that just made us even more annoyed. So I had to go to this woman all the time. If I'd been a dick, she'd tell us I'd been a dick and I'd be on isolation for the next week. If I hadn't been a dick and it had been because something had been like misconstrued or I couldn't get a point across or basically I hadn't done anything in the wrong, she'd be like, well, you're just going to do this for a little bit instead. You're going to come and work with me.
I had a similar teacher. This is something I don't think I've ever told anyone. So let's fucking tell a bunch of strangers over the internet. In the last
Did
year
they
of
finger
school, well, on the last day is like a well done, but not beforehand. Never without me asking. What happened was at the start of the last year, they said that loads of kids have got tutors now, like special tutors, teacher wise, and it's like, I won't have one of them because I was without sounding like a cunt, I was pretty smart in it, so I thought I'll be fine.
Yeah,
And then they started listing the people, and I was like, oh, they're pretty weird. Oh, they're pretty weird as well. So are they. And then they went, and Jack Devane it. And I went, they're not actual tutors. These aren't going to help me learn like academically. This is going to be some form of this is a social thing.
Yeah.
This is a thing to teach me how to be around people.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. And I went there, and then after like 2 weeks, no one else had to go. It was me and about two other people, one or two other people, and we never saw each other. We weren't put in the same things. It was just separate.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
a teacher that I didn't know, who was an art teacher, she was lovely, to be fair. She laughed at my jokes. She'd blow on my balls afterwards.
Good
Just
lass.
lovely, just
Good
a lovely,
lass.
just like made you feel nicer. I
Little
didn't like being in
feathering.
school because it really pissed me off. It was just boring, and I found most of the people to be irritating by
Yeah.
that point, innit? So it was nice to just have someone who seemed fucking normal and wasn't treating me like I was, even though I was a kid, wasn't treating me like a kid kind of thing. Was talking to me like how people in the pub would talk to me. Do you know what I mean? Like just like a normal person.
Yeah, that was weird, man. Like in secondary school, my secondary school wasn't like it wasn't a faith based school or anything like that, and it wasn't a private school or anything. It was just a comprehensive school, and because of the people that went there, the teachers didn't approach it from like an authority stance. They didn't look down and be like, "You're going to be taught as if you're kids and we're adults." We were reasoned with, because you couldn't get through to these kids if you didn't do that. Because of the backgrounds and everything, it just wasn't going to happen. So teachers spoke to you rather than down to you. Like they spoke on a level, and for the most part, obviously you had your dickheads, but for the most part, they didn't make it feel they put it across that they were teachers, you were students, but they didn't put it across that they were better and you were like too young to know anything yet. And that was massively noticed when I went then to a sixth form that was Catholic, and they still tried to treat their like sixth form students like they treated their secondary school students,
Yeah, they did
speaking
with us.
down to them. And like I remember my first week being proper shell shocked and like laughing to myself far too often. Like, that's not gonna.
Well,
I'm gonna be leaving here very quickly.
oh, mate, I had it the other way round, me. So I had it up until I was 18, and then the last 2 years in my next college was like fucking like normal people and regular like people that were teaching who were doing it because they'd finished their career doing whatever they were doing. So now they've gone on to be a teacher because it was fucking horticulture in it. So they all had bad backs and stuff, couldn't do the lifting no more. So they just go and teach it. And we got taught like fucking like spoke to like people and we could speak. We didn't have to stand up when people came in the room. You could look them in the eye, and then that didn't mean that that teacher would then keep staring at you in the eye like you were doing something wrong. They would just all these little bits, and I just felt fucking. So I must have gone the opposite way to you. You must have started to feel fucking hell. There's a cage around me. I
Yeah,
felt
man.
like someone had just unlocked the fucking door and gone, yeah, this is how the world should actually be. You can say and do whatever you want. It's fine.
No,
You know,
mine
I
became.
thought it was great.
Yeah, I imagine mine became more of a game. Like
Oh,
mine, when I got to that, because I'd spent my whole life up until that point, being spoken to like a person, and then now I was at this point where I was actually an adult, and I had adults trying to speak to us like a kid. Like that just became a big joke, and that didn't like it just became an ongoing battle. Like the head of the sixth form tried to attempted to kick us out numerous occasions, and it was only when my mate topped himself that he took a step back and like pretty much gave us a pass for the rest of the fucking my time at sixth form, which was a little bit like it was a welcome break, but at the same time, I was like,
shouldn't
it's
have took
literally
that.
took someone. Yeah, it's took me.
Yeah.
It's took my best pal, who was also a student at the sixth form, to fucking top himself for you to realise you've been a cunt to us. Like that's not on really.
See,
Um,
again, I had it the other way. First year of school, we go on this trip in like the first or second week. My dad had been in hospital for a night, maybe 2 nights. He was pretty ill at the time. And I was like, I obviously I didn't want to speak to all these new people that day. I was like, I'm not in the mood. So we'd gone to this trip to some fucking hill. They took you walking up a hill so you could get to know each other. And
classic British school trip.
yeah, cheap.
Yeah.
And you go there and you're walking around and that. And a teacher, the head of year, came up to me and went, "You're supposed to be speaking to the other students. How come you haven't spoken to anyone? You should be speaking to people and making friends." And I just looked her dead in the eye and went, "I don't want to." She was like, "Oh, right, okay." But then when I was in college, when I was like 20, same similar situation. He was ill again in fucking in Aussie, and the fucking it was a bit weird, you know. He'd been in a couple of days, and teacher, head of the fucking department, mate. She was lovely. She's probably one of my favourite like people of authority that I've ever known. She, I think my mate had gone up to her and said, "He's not right. There's something wrong with him." And she pulled me aside and went, "Right, what's wrong with you? Because you know I'm only cracking jokes and insulting everyone in the room, and I've been told that you've been really nice today. So obviously, from my point of view, I've never taught you. That sounds lovely, but your teachers are on edge, and you've put people on edge.
Yeah.
What's wrong?" And I told her, and she was like, "Fucking hell." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like that's a bad thing. You realise that that's okay to be like like nervous about or whatever, don't you? Like, you know. And I was like, "But no, what do you mean?" it's just a thing in it. And she tried to explain it to me, like like oh, it's you can feel things and that, and you can have this. Whereas like the teachers at the school, even as a fucking child, they were like, right, all right, okay. Like they thought you were lying. I don't know if I ever told you about when my house got done in. The house got broken into, and I owed fucking coursework to the geography teacher. And
Right.
I went up to him the day I went back to school to say I can't give you the coursework like this week, like by tomorrow, because my house got broken into. And he was like, oh yeah, steal your coursework, did they? And I went, well, yeah, sir, in a roundabout way, innit? Because they nicked the computer. And then stared at him. And he just sort of stared back at me and went, ah, right, yeah, bet he did. Something along those lines. And I was like, well, you're a fucking dick.
I hated that. This is the thing, man. Like, I was so pleased at our school that like 90% of the teachers weren't like that, because the ones that were, like, I knew to take the piss out of them, because if I got a rise out of them, I'd get like a buzz. But the only reason I like to take the piss out of them is because they were cunts, and like I get it. Teachers probably are fucking. You got to deal with little shits all day. You've got to have to some degree the patience of a saint, but at the same time, like those are the formative years of someone's fucking life. And like they're gonna get a massive distrust of authority if all the authority they fucking meet in their lives never believes them, always thinks they're out to fucking cheat them. Yeah, maybe I was a lot of the time. Maybe I was out a lot of the time to scheme and scam against any teacher, because I saw beating like any sort of body of authority as a win for me, as a little win for the little guy, and that's never really stopped throughout my life. But like, I think it started because I met teachers who were cunts. And if
Yeah.
I didn't have that challenge then, I would never have grown up with that. It was only because I met teachers like that, and I was like, do you know what? I need to get. I wasn't bothered about kids at school. Like, I got bullied at school little bits, nothing major, but it happened. Like, but I was never bothered about students. I was really bothered if someone bigger and older, like a teacher, got one on us in some way, or like shouted us out in front of the class and everything. Like, my aim from then on, I wasn't happy until I did something to get you back.
Yeah.
At one
Oh, mate,
point,
yeah. Did you ever, the teachers ever come in hungover?
oh
And you
yeah, we've had
notice
that.
because like you're fucking, like you've been in school hungover and you know what it's like. You're like fucking, and then the teacher's like, "What's wrong with you? You seem strange." You're like, I've got a hangover, miss. And she's like, "You're 15 and you're 16." I'm like, yeah, that's probably why I've got a hangover, miss. You-
Exactly. Yeah.
And I
I'm
don't
drinking cheap
moan at you. I
cider.
don't. Yeah, innit? I don't
Drink.
point it out when you've come in with a hangover with eyes like piss holes in snow. And they never appreciated it. They never appreciated being shown like a modicum of respect.
No, not at all. Not at all. Like, there's very few that did. Luckily, like my form tutor, we got landed with two good form tutors. My form tutor was a belter, and like we used to swap rave CDs. And
Oh, that's all right.
music's always been my thing. So like he moved from Liverpool to be a teacher in Bishop Auckland, so he had loads of like CDs from Liverpool, like Scouse raves, which was stuff I was into at the time. And we'd swap CDs to each other, and like straight away I bonded with my form tutor, and he spoke to us like a person, and he was sound, like he was a funny bloke, and I'd listen to him. But like there'd be loads of people, loads of the teachers that I had. Like one of my maths teacher, Mr. Stoko, he'll never ever hear this, but if he ever does listen to this, I'm gonna slap you silly if I ever fucking see you in real life. He pinned us up against the wall with a stool when I was in year 10. You know the stools that have like the bar across the bottom where you put your foot?
Yeah.
That was just across me neck. Fair enough, I'd wound him up a hell of a lot, but like he whipped this stool out and just fucking. I was out in the corridor, he'd sent us out the room, and then when I was outside in the corridor, he just put a stool up against me neck. Like, fuck, he used to go red when he shouted, and he used to put about half a tub of gel in his hair every day. He had like that, you know, the hairline where you've got basically like the penis in the middle.
Oh,
Like,
I
so
thought
you
you
got
were
the
going to
front of
say
the
look like
fringe.
Spider from Coronation Street or something.
You know the front of
Like that
the,
sort of hairdo.
you know the front of the fringe, and then like
Yeah.
it goes out and back, and then it'll go
Oh,
like
the double receding hairline.
yeah, that's the one. He'd have that, and then what was left, it would gel up, spiky.
Yeah.
And he'd already had like a flustered face. Like he could quite easily been on the eel all the time. He had that sort of red face, and it got redder when he shouted, which to me became a competition of how red can I make this man's face every time I go into his classroom. While he was trying to teach us
Can I
GCSE
take the
level.
colour out of his hands by making him
Yeah,
angry?
GCSE level top set maths, and I'm there going, "Ho, sir!" Like, just being an absolute dick for 60 minutes, sometimes 120 minutes at a time, while
That
still
must have been
being
tiring, that for
while
you.
still being very
just
good at
for him.
maths, like good enough at
Yeah,
maths to never be
yeah.
out of top set. Like I was in top 10 of the class all the time, so you could never kick us. Which made that's how I got away with it. I was always in top set for the subjects.
same.
And in
Almost.
in the top 10 of those classes, because I mean secondary school wasn't that big, but I was a dick at the same time. That the only thing that kept us in was the fact that I wasn't getting shit grades. But he was the ultimate target. He was the opposite of what my form tutor was. Spoke down to us, was a dig. His breath stank of the worst coffee all the time, and he always just looked pissed or hungover. And he just treated kids like they were just fucking little shits, so he became enemy number one.
Fair. It sounds understandable, man. You've just got. I'm fucking having like fucking little flashbacks to school. This is weird. This has become like a little therapy session here. We used to have a teacher that
This
was
is a
proper,
weird
like,
therapy, mate.
like a proper like militant PE teacher who also gave himself the job of being in charge of tray duty. He called it, where
Tray
he'd
duty?
stand. Yeah, man. I think it was a self-appointed role he'd give himself to feel important. He'd go and stand in the dining room and make sure that people stacked their trays correctly and weren't too gobby and talkative.
Have
Oh,
I
I
not
can
been on
see
the
you.
whole time?
Nah, man, I've been staring at myself, talking to myself, going under.
Oh,
Lovely.
mate.
And
I've been able to see you the whole time, you know.
have you?
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd be able to see me.
You've done nothing embarrassing. It's all right.
Nah, I'm in it. I know. I've been just in case, you know. I thought I'd keep the trousers on. He gave himself this job, and he'd fucking just if you wore a coat or gloves or a hat, he'd just go fucking spare me.
Yes,
And
mate.
start screaming in your face.
Oh,
Like, take your coat off. I remember one day he shouted at me, going, "Get your gloves off. Get your coat off. You're inside." And I was like, right. And I carried on walking. I took my gloves off, and then he called me by name, and I was shocked that he even knew my name because I wasn't the sporty guy in it. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
shit
yeah.
in PE. I was top set most things, bottom set PE.
right.
I was
Yeah.
with the people that struggle to walk in a straight line and not just very little hand-eye and foot-eye coordination. Surprised I
Just
can
what
drive,
needed to
be
get
fair.
you by. Yeah.
Yeah, I could barely throw a ball to save my life. But
But I can throw a
you know,
dead
I'd turn up.
chicken.
Yeah, I could snap a chicken's neck for you in seconds. I've got the finger strength. I've not got the aim. Uh, and he shouted that, and this goes back to the little autism bit before, because he was like, he shouted at me. He said, "I told you to take your coat and gloves off." I went, "No, you didn't. You told me to take your gloves and coat off." Look at my hands. I've took my gloves off. I was putting them in the pockets of my coat because it makes sense to take your gloves off before you take your coat off.
It does,
Otherwise,
mate.
the inside of your coat's going to get soaked, sir.
Yeah, it does.
And he just stared
yeah.
at me, and then his face went a weird colour at that point. Can't remember if it was more purple or red, but he used to get angry at the slightest thing. I remember once I yawned in fucking badminton class, because it's badminton.
It's shit. It's the worst.
You know what I mean? And you stood around, and he's like, "This is how you lunge." And you're like, "Yeah, you hit the ball." I was thinking to myself, "You hit the ball with the feathers on." Yeah, it's sound. It's an easy concept. This one, like tennis, is more confusing than badminton. Badminton,
Table
don't
tennis
let
is
it hit
more
the
confusing.
Yeah, and there's pace in table tennis. No one gets pace in badminton.
Whew.
The two 13-year-old lads are not getting any pace in a badminton match.
You're not getting a rally higher than 3.
No, exactly. And I yawned, man. I yawned while he was talking, and he fucking looked me dead in the eye, 3/4 of the way down the sports hall. So, I don't know, fucking 100 metres or something. Not to show off, it wasn't a big school, but it was a big sports hall. And he fucking shouted at us, like, am I boring you? I went, "No, sir, it's all the exercise. My brain was lacking in oxygen, so it needed the extra oxygen, which is what, scientifically speaking, a yawn, isn't it, sir?" And at that point, I thought to myself, why the fuck did I say that? He's going to go mental.
Long that as well. That's a long joke. It's a good one.
It wasn't
It's
even as a
long.
joke, mate. I was being deadly serious just
Well,
to
yeah,
shut
of
him up,
course.
because he also taught like biology and stuff there, you know, for the GCSE
Yeah.
PE people. I saw it as a way of trying to possibly win him over, maybe, in my head. And obviously it didn't. I just fucking belittled him in front of the whole room full of fucking lads after school's lads of the year. And then the other teacher, who was my temporary form tutor, was looking at me through the glass of the door, like with his palm facing his hand, like doing the thing where he's saying like stop, where it's like cut your head off. He's just shaking his head, going stop,
no,
stop,
no,
like that through the glass. No, and then showing me like his 10 fingers through the glass, going like almost pressing against nothingness against the glass as if to go stop now. I just carried on staring at him. And then the other teacher was shouting and that, but I just thought if I just keep staring at the teacher who's kind of sound with me, who I can have a laugh with, it doesn't matter what that one says, because he's going to go and say something to him to back me up. And he did. I think he said something along the lines of he wasn't wrong.
Yeah. You just got tortured by a little kid.
Yeah.
We used to have some weird ones, man. We used to have a teacher that said she could smell chewing gum. Said she was allergic to chewing gum, so she could smell if anyone was chewing in a classroom. This woman was about 25 stone. She could
smell it, mate. She was hungry.
She could just about walk. Like, she waddled to her fucking class. She made up so much shit.
Oh, no, you don't know that, though. You don't know she's making that up, because they say that, at least in Daredevil, if someone loses, like, their vision, they become better hearing. If she's lost her ability to walk through overeating, maybe her sense of smell has gotten better. So she can find food that's closer to her, like some form of, like, fucking...
Like a pig.
You're
saying she could sniff out truffles like a pig, yeah. That's a possibility, but she used to say, I've taught the white twins and they were black, and I've taught the black twins and they were white, and I taught someone called Felix Meow. I'm like, this is all bollocks. But notably, as well as being able to say she could smell Chewy, which also became a test, everyone chewed Chewy in a classroom. Everyone.
Could she distinguish the flavours as well and be like,
that's juicy fruit. That's juicy.
I was going to go for juicy
fruit. Of course you
were,
that's
the one that throws you.
Juicy fruit or airwaves. There's only 2 types of Chewy.
You got extra as well.
Fuck Wrigley's extra.
Green extra.
Fuck Wrigley. There's juicy fruit and there's airwaves cherry. The rest can fucking sling one.
Airwaves feels like you're drowning when you take that first bite of that.
Chew 2 airwaves at once if you're on a come down, and it just brings you back to life. It kicks in every drug in your system
like smelling
again.
salts.
It's just like, but yeah, it is like fucking ammonia. Bang! I'm fucking back, boys. Everything clears. The 3 days worth of cocaine and MCAT in your nostrils just dissipate. It's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, she said you could smell Chewy, so everyone would chew Chewy in a classroom. She also had a bottom drawer of her desk was bottom to top stacked with chocolate bars, and she'd know if anyone pinched a single one, which obviously became a name of the class as well.
And another possible, very stereotypical, but another possible contender for a person with autism. If she can just look in that drawer and be like, there's a white flake and a Mars Delight missing here.
At what point do being a fat cunt and autism form a Venn diagram?
No, not being fat particularly, but her being able to count how many chocolate bars are in the drawer.
Yeah, I don't believe that was down to autism. I believe that was down to her desire for chocolate and her
just got receipts and a stock list on the side.
She's got she has a recommended daily intake of Twix, Twirl, white fucking chocolate white chocolate buenos, Freddos. She's got a recommended daily allowance of all of them in that drawer, so she knows straight away. She knows she has a twirl at fucking breakfast time. She has a Snickers just before first registration. And on and so forth. So if someone takes some, she's like, hang on, 2:15's missing.
Where's my caramel Freddo for the walk
where's me
fucking in English rooms?
Where's me fruit? No.
I'm gonna need the energy.
Not in my school, mate. She worked in the maths block, which was all on one level. English block's like 2nd and 3rd floor. She's never making it up them steps.
That might be why the maths was on that floor.
I would not be surprised if that was the stipulation in her contract. It's like, yeah, I'll come work for you, but you've got to put the maths block in some sort of like weird concentration type building that's separate to the main part of the school, because I want it all to be on one floor.
If possible, could you build the entire floor on a ramp for me? Because I've got this lovely chair with about 18 casters underneath, because I've had to have it reinforced, and I like to take it with me, but I also don't like to walk.
Her chair, on a side note, stank
of chewing gum.
It's just juicy fruit.
She knows it's there.
Reek to juicy fruit.
It smells of chewing gum when you lot are in here.
To this day, I don't know what a beef was with chewing gum, because like being
You
allergic.
don't eat it, do you? It's wasted calories, mate. Just chewing.
Maybe
that.
that's why. Maybe her vendetta was against food that you can't consume. She's like, "What's the end game? What the fuck's the end game? Look at this. You see these rolls, right? These are my trophies. These rolls right here are my awards for my years of dedicated to the craft of being a fat cunt and scranning chocolate. What you doing with Chewy? Eh? Where's it going? Where's your Chewy belly? You're not getting one. It's pointless. And for that
No one
reason,
cares about having
I'm
good
allergic."
breath.
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
cares about having good breath
She
when you
didn't
look
care.
like me.
She didn't care about good breath. She had brown teeth, and not only did she eat like a fucking horse, she smoked like a chimney. That woman was a walking coronary heart failure. And if she's still alive now, respect to you. You smelly fat cunt. And on that note, it's 4 minutes past 8. We've eaten into Chode's show, so we'll probably sign off. We didn't really cover 2021, but if nothing else, Iranian death condors are they're the thing you need to follow in 2021.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else to say?
Fuck all, mate.
Fantastic. Do you know what? It's mad that I only turned that webcam on 5 minutes before the end. There were points where I could
turned it on where the show should have ended.
I turned it on 10 minutes before the end. There was 5 minutes of the regular hour left.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I gave us a bit of time, but I only just realised because I saw you glancing around the screen. I thought, you know what? Maybe he's just not bothered. Maybe he's just looking. Maybe he's just like pondering. You said it was therapy, so I thought you were just drifting off in your happy place. And then there were points where I looked down. There was just a cross over the camera bit. I thought, oh, you fucking knobhead. But,
I had nowhere to look. I didn't want to look directly down the camera because that might come
that's
across
weird,
as a bit
isn't it?
weird. You know,
yeah,
like,
that's weird.
It's like solid eye contact with someone who's not quite looking at you.
yeah.
Which again, another little autism reference there.
No, the fact that you didn't do it is a sign that you're not autistic, pretty much, because you've realised, like, hey, if I do that,
He's gonna get uncomfortable.
That's a bit strange for me to do, innit? Because there's no one actually there, so I'm probably not gonna do that. So that's a sign that like you're not in that way inclined.
I just look at the printed out picture. I've got of Barry Manilow on the sloped ceiling of the cupboard.
I think everyone does. There's no airing cupboard complete without a picture of Barry Manilow.
Yeah, I would agree. I am. Well, I didn't feel comfortable in here till I knew he was watching me.
It's why I won't get a new build.
You can bring them with you.
Yeah, but they don't come fitted anymore. They used to come fitted in the olden days, and now you have to bring them in.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel the same.
Wallpapered over them and that though, and then you've got to find it in the house.
Doesn't feel the same. It feels like I don't know. It's like you've got to bless it all again.
Then again,
you've got to get the priest
there's a lot of these new builds now where in the living room there's always a mural to Bruce Jones. So
who fucks Bruce Jones?
Les Battersby from Coronation Street.
Oh right, he lived in Sunderland for a while, selling flossies.
I met him in Wales once, man.
Wow,
not like in a weird way. He just happened to be in a pub.
The 6 degrees of Bruce Jones and the 6 degrees of Les Battersby. Right, on that note, we're going to end. I'll see you next week.
See you in a bit.